Welcome to another episode of Just Dan's. I'm Dan.
I'm Dan.
We're two Dans, we're two dads, we're two husbands. And what else are we?
We're friends, we're nephews,
Come
we're
on now.
cousins.
Let's go.
We're uncles.
I'm born in January. When are you born?
September.
Okay, we're not the same month.
Same year, not even, I don't think either.
Nope. I'm born on the 31st. What day of the month are you?
My sister's birthday is the 31st as well.
There's
So we kind of have a connection.
There's
yeah.
a connection. It's a Dan thing. It doesn't take long to find connections.
I was 17th.
What was your house number growing up?
1804.
Okay, I was 5.
Just a single digit.
Yeah. It's American. You guys love big digits. And we got here and I was like, what? There's like 4 digits, bro.
Some of them have 5 probably.
Why?
Like,
Why?
probably, I don't know.
I know there's a system. Like in America, there's always a system. There's a reason for it. But I'm used to like single digits. So I've lived in a 66. I've lived in a 5. I've lived in a 7, a 9, an 11.
So it doesn't even go up to triple digits?
Oh, no. Unless the street's long enough that then there's 100 homes. But like we are simple folk in Australia.
I've come to realize that you guys are very simple with just the way that you name animals, reptiles, snakes, the names of your streets. North,
yep, Main North Road, South Road, Diagonal Road, in our city centre, which we call a CBD, not the marijuana one, but the Central Business District. Every city has a CBD, okay? It was a bit foreign when I was in ministry in Atlanta, and I was like, where's the CBD? And people were a bit like, what church are you from? And but no, our CBD is a square mile. So mile by mile, you got North Terrace, East Terrace, South Terrace, and West Terrace.
all of them, every city.
No, that was Adelaide because
okay.
Adelaide is the arguably most planned out city in the world.
I believe it.
Well, I think the origin of the city, but then obviously now sprawling cities are just annoying, and it's like developers like, just keep developing. They cut us a check. Yeah, you can just have that portion of the city. So weather, Dan, I want to say, because humidity's rising, summer here in America is woohoo humid, and I'm not used to it in Adelaide, obviously. Would you say a Mediterranean climate? I don't know if that's true, but just dry heat but the most humid I've ever been would be Darwin in the Northern Territory in Australia, and Croc Territory, definitely Croc Territory.
These are the big ones, right?
Oh,
big crowds.
Yeah, the ones you wrestle. And Steve Irwin, R.I.P.
He was just a legend.
But the most humid, you step off the plane and my t-shirt was just wet. Straight away. Just like my body just goes humid, sweat.
Yuck. So air conditioning feels really good.
Oh man. And a lot of the homes don't have air conditioning. They just have louvers. So the houses are just all louvers, like all the walls are louvers. And so therefore you just like wind them up and then hopefully there's air that flows. But my worry is like, we are really banking on their airflow.
Question.
Yeah.
Why no air conditioning?
I think you become acclimatized to the weather. But as a tourist moving to Darwin, nope.
Not it.
So a fan moves humid air and just pushes like humidity on you.
That doesn't sound like a place I would want to go vacation to.
No.
Oh, well, I take that back. I would love to go see it, visit it.
Yeah.
But maybe spending the night?
No. So, Dan, this episode, we are talking about something close to our heart, something we're very passionate about.
Put it on timeout, because I'll edit this out. I'm so nervous. I want to make sure it actually is recording. Say this episode again. I just wanted to make sure.
So, Dan, this episode, it is something which obviously Satan doesn't want us to cover because we have already recorded and the camera died. And we went back and went, oh no, it died in the first minute. So I'm hoping we remember it, like all the gold nuggets we
Yeah.
talked about. It was like we were high-fiving at the end of last
I think
episode.
we hugged after the last episode because we thought
Absolutely.
it went so well.
There were no tears, but like inside tears.
For sure.
And so Dan, this topic close to our heart, and it's about our wives.
Yeah.
This one's about the wives. It's different to Valentine's because our Valentine's is romantic. This one is like the benefits of marriage. We love our spouses. We love our wives. Well, it is easy to love them. They're easy to love. They're the best wives.
The best.
So I'm sorry. They're taken. But
and they're happy.
Yes. But I think I just want to say I really enjoy being married. And I hope, don't get me wrong, don't turn it off if you're like, yeah, no, it's not for me, or you're single or whatever. I hope you can get something from this too today, because I think it's really important for the other night for the first time, it was our 15th anniversary, wedding anniversary, and that night put on a DVD that we had of our wedding, and we sat and watched it with the kids. It was like a surreal moment of going, oh, it's 15 years ago. They actually haven't seen this. And, it was like pixelated, the camera, like, just all those things. It was a DVD that we had to use the PlayStation. We're like, oh, we don't have a DVD player. Oh, PlayStation. And so we watched it, and there were so many questions they had. Oh, why did you do that? Like, we haven't been to a lot of weddings as a family. And for our kids, they know we're married. They see the rings. They've seen pictures, but to watch it was really special.
That's awesome.
And
did they have a lot of questions?
They did. They did. Yeah, totally. And so it was really special to do that, but it got us thinking of going, oh, wow. Like we talk about marriage a lot, and we make sure our kids know that, man, we love being married. Man, I love your mum. I love Nat because
Yeah.
So Dan, we're just going to dig into a few reasons why we love marriage. And I would have to start with, isn't it amazing you've just got a friend forever?
Yeah.
Like, isn't the friendship part a really key component of marriage?
I think, there's so many benefits to marriage, but I think that is kind of, for me, one of the top, just because a friend is always in your corner.
Yeah.
And especially someone that's so committed to you. It doesn't matter what you're going through. It doesn't matter what's happening. Like, they have your back and they're always there for you. They're encouraging you. They're there for you when you're down. Like, there's so many, and then they're there for the joys as well. You get to experience all the joys with them. It's such a beautiful thing to me that you can spend the rest of your life with someone else and continuously grow with them throughout your marriage.
So true. Dan, I think, like people say, it takes work. I get it. But we were talking about, though, bodybuilders, a great example.
Stop talking about me. Gosh, dang it.
It's just our physique. I'm sorry, guys. It's just a damn thing. But no, like bodybuilders, competition bodybuilders, spend months and months and months, years in the weights room training for a blip, a moment. And I don't think they then complain too much about the it takes work. No, like, it's not. Like, if you see it that way, I really want to flip the script and be like, well, what are you telling yourself and why are you saying that? Because there are benefits. There are some really simple things you're thankful for. And I think too, we live in a social media age where so much of marriage is so far beyond the honeymoon. Like, most mornings, like, Nat wakes up and she often is like, hey, can you just rub my back? So most mornings is the first 5 minutes of the morning is me just like, all right, do I want to wake up and be like, all right, hands, let's go, massage, let's go. No. And then often it goes from like 5-minute massage to, all right, I'd love a coffee. All right, babe, And so, but she's not posting every morning, oh, I love my hubby, number one hubby, oh, look. No, it's it then becomes life. It becomes who you are.
It's your lifestyle.
That's
what you do. Yeah.
But honeymoon marriage is, oh, day one of marriage, this is amazing. Like, and people then get disillusioned when it's like, oh, he forgot this day, or how dare he do that, or what about, and she forgot this. It's like, there's give and take. There's off days as well. I would like to say I'm on more than what I am off, but like there are weeks where it's like, man, it's been a couple of days, I'm in a funk.
Yeah. Well, that's just any relationship, right? Like, you have a friendship. There's a time in a friendship where things get a little bit shaky. There's things where there's a disagreement. It's the same thing with marriage. It's not perfect.
Yeah.
But you made a commitment. You made a promise. And typically when people make commitments and promises, they want to stick to those things. And going back to like work, I mean, I think if you know what marriage is and what it takes, you're already setting yourself up. It's not like, oh, I have to go do this. It's like, I get to do this because I made that promise. Now, am I going to do it in a good mood every single time? Nah, because I'm human, and there's times that I get frustrated. There's times that I get upset. But knowing what I'm committed to, knowing what I promised, like that for me is the driving factor. And I get to grow and love and learn still more about the person that I love most in this world. If I stopped being interested, it'd be very easy to fall out of love. Not fall out. And that's a decision you make.
100%.
Which I think we've talked about before.
We have.
You can fall into a pit. What was your example of it?
Well, you fall in love because you just stumble across the person, you fall in. But I don't think you fall out of love.
Right. That was what it is.
It's a conscious decision to be like, no, you take one step after the next. Oh, but people these days are like, you know what? I just fell out of love.
Yeah. You don't fall out of love. You make a decision to stop loving that person, to stop pursuing.
Who would wake up one day and be like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. There would be like, it wouldn't take too long to find that person and a story like that, which is really sad to hear.
Right.
But I think one word we haven't brought up yet, it is sacrifice. And there's the two S words, isn't it? And the first S word we get hung up on. So the Bible says, wives, submit to your husbands. Okay, if we stop there, I get it. But even our understanding of submission, it then becomes a bit distorted as well in our what we know,
almost like a slave, like
which it
become a slave to your husband.
Correct, which it isn't that either. And so it's really, I love someone broke it down and said submission. Okay, so you're actually the same mission. Like we're both going in the same direction, but then at the same time it keeps going, and then it says husbands. Love your wives like Jesus loves the church. What did he do? Oh, heck, he sacrificed
his life.
And so, but then people think, okay, that's the big picture. It's little things. I think it's a collection of little things too. So sacrifice looks like this sometimes, and it's so fickle and it's so small, but I think it does add up. It's like when a meal's been cooked. Either I cook a meal or Nat cooks a meal, and the other person then what can I do? So it's not the expectation that there's a bit of give and take too. Or there's the acknowledgement of like some things we just become expectant, and then all of a sudden you eat the meal and you're like, oh man, I didn't thank her for it. Whereas people are like, no, she should be cooking, or he should be cooked. Like and then on the other hand, it's like you're on the couch late at night, and then Nat turns over and goes, gee, I'm thirsty. In my own comfort of a plush couch, which isn't that plush, by the way, do I want to get up? Like, it's so small, but I know that there have been arguments had, and marriages would be broken down because there's just a ton of those. No, you get your own water. No, get up. Get a cup of water and deliver it to your wife. But people go, oh, why?
Yeah, and I think I even get caught in that sometimes because I am so spoiled with, especially Lily and her cooking, to
Yeah.
where I have to remind myself I am so spoiled because the food is always so good,
Mm,
and words of affirmation are so important to her. I want to continue to tell her like
mm,
this tastes so good. Thank you
mm,
so much for making this meal. And there's times that I miss out on doing that, and that's on me to
mm,
where I have to make sure she's doing so much for the family. She's doing so much for us.
mm,
It's like, I think I can get up and go get your glasses upstairs before we watch TV.
mm,
That's
mm.
such a small sacrifice. Like,
Yeah,
I want to serve my wife.
totally.
Because in the
Yep.
honeymoon, I guarantee everybody's like, oh, what do you need? What do you want? What do you want?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Like, you have to keep that same energy throughout your entire marriage because that's what sacrifice is. That's what love
Dan,
is.
hold the phone for a second. This might shock a few people. I think roles change over time.
100% they have. Yeah.
And that's where I think some people think honeymoon sets a precedent for the entire marriage and your entire life. I think that's wrong
It is.
because there are seasons where let's say cooking, like Nat swings into cooking and she's like, I love it. I'm really loving this. And it's amazing. She's the best cook. And so it's like, yes, babe, this is amazing. But then also there are seasons where life stretches her that she's like, I'm just tired.
Yeah.
Of course, I'll cook tonight. No worries. And then there's season where I'm Nick tired. And that's like, oh, I've got this. But you just, there's ebbs and flows in life. Or there's the pickups, from whether it be youth on a Wednesday or whether it be dance on one night, and that's like, oh, I'm just not, like, can I just stay here? Of course. Or there's nights where I'm doing that. Some people think set and forget.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people do that. And I think I was guilty of that right away. Lily was maybe guilty of that right away, towards like, I love doing laundry. Let me do all the laundry. You cook. You're a chef. You can do all the meals.
Yep.
But then as time goes, it's that same situation. It's like, well, something came up. Like, I don't cook. I got to learn how to cook something. I got to make some food. So slowly, I'm starting to learn. We're 14 years in. I got 4 good meals, guys.
Or there's Lily going, I've got no clothes to wear.
Yeah.
My bad. Like, I think, though, that it comes down to, like, even that's probably the third S word. Yes, there's submission. Yes, there's sacrifice. But what you said before, there's service. And you serve one another.
Yeah.
And I love what my mother-in-law said one day. She goes, hey, one thing that's stuck in their marriage is if I treat him like a king, he's going to treat me like a queen. And I might have said that before, but that for me resonated because I'm going, you're a queen.
Yeah. And you're filling their cup, right? Like, they obviously, like, things happen, life happens, marriage happens, kids happen, all these things, and your spouse starts to get drained. There's stress, there's just things that go on for you to continuously serve and love and be there and just make sure that they are okay. Words of affirmation, gifts, all those little things. You fill their cup, they're now going to be able to begin to fill yours.
Totally.
But it goes to sacrifice. Someone has to sacrifice that. And it's not just the male's responsibility. It's just not the female's responsibility. Like, we were created to serve, love, be in community. Like, that's just how life is supposed to work. And I think as humans, we get very selfish and it's all about me. Well, she didn't do that, so I'm not going to do this. Well, what is that helping? It goes back to just the immaturity of, well, I'm not going to do that because they didn't do that. I'm going to let them pick that up. It's like, you sound childish. Like, that's your wife. You love your wife. Why wouldn't you just go pick that up? Why wouldn't you just go grab that?
Isn't that interesting? If you then reverse all these 3 S's with then selfish desires, so then all of a sudden you're serving yourself, all of a sudden then you are not willing to sacrifice for them, but you're sacrificing them for you. And then all of a sudden you're just not submitting to them, but actually then it's the reverse out of a selfish desire. I think that's the root cause of so many things.
That's where you start to see things
Absolutely.
separate.
And then it's like, okay, it's erosion, little by little by little. And you got to keep in check with that. And that's why I thank Nat, because she brings up issues. Probably I wouldn't have talked about them. Really,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have communicated them. Because it's just the busyness of marriage and kids and life and work and whatever. You just keep going, and then all of a sudden, you're like, oh, she waves a flag every now and then. It's like, hey, I want to go back to this, or what you said there didn't make me feel this, and it's going to not let it fester, but actually go, all right, let's tackle this one.
We just did that a few months ago. We, as in Lily, because she does that exact same thing. I think as guys, we just don't communicate as much, right? Like we're more, I don't want to say introvert, but when it comes to, especially for me, like whenever there comes a time to where there's some sort of friction, I don't want friction.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to not say anything. I'll just kind of go do, everyday life, to where Lou is like, hey, we need to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Like there's something going on right now. Like I don't like it. Yep. I feel a certain way, but that just shows like she feels comfortable enough to come to me, loves me enough to come to me and say, hey, there's something that's not right now. Like we're just off.
Yep.
Let's sit and talk about it, and let's get back on track.
Yeah.
Without that, that's leadership right there. That's males were, we want to lead, we want to be able to submit to me. And it's like, no, like she's taking a role of leadership as well, and putting the marriage above anything else, and saying, hey, let's talk about this. Let's get this right.
Because you're working together. And I think that's essential. Dan, so there's friendship, there's sacrifice, there's service. There's so many things we enjoy and love about it. Our wives and marriage and all those things. One thing I do love is that they know every part of you, and good and bad. There's bad. No one's perfect. And so knowing the bad, or knowing everything, when we're out, when we're out, there are just looks or glances or a sigh, or you can read your spouse so well, you just become, and they then read you. So the worst is in an argument though. When they say something and then they're looking at you and, I am just acting terribly, childishly. And it's, I can't ever now weasel my way out of it. It's like,
You're like, I wish you didn't know me as well as you did.
Seriously,
But I'm glad that you do.
And so I think there's a benefit to that too. And it's also a nice thing to surprise every now and then. Like they go to the store and sometimes they think they know you and they're like, yeah, I've picked this flavor. And some days they're like, I was actually vibing like a pistachio ice cream. And they're going, you've never had that before. I know, but just the idea of pistachio sounds good. And that's going, you are so weird.
And then you're mad at her because she didn't get the pistachio.
I think I love routine for sure, but every now and then it's good to just pepper a little bit of something in there.
Yeah.
A little bit of pistachio. We all need a little bit of pistachio in our life. A pistachio moment. So I think that's it. So Dan, when we discussed this yesterday and the camera didn't record, there was one thing which I want you to break down for me, okay? We've got quirks. Marriages, every marriage has their own thing as well. But I would like to think you've reflected, and as you think through certain events or moments and things, we are people of habit. So Dan, paint the picture, okay? What are some things, if you know Lily, you are relaxing for a night, what are some things that Lily, you mentioned glasses before. What are some things that are pretty common that we might not know, but you're like, nah, I'm pretty hit bang on with what?
Almost every evening we'll watch, our kids are bed, we'll watch our telenovela, and her glasses are nowhere to be found. And so, hey, can you go grab my glasses? Where are they? I think they're downstairs. So
they're in one of four areas.
Yeah. So I go on this track, grab the glasses, bring up snacks. It's typically some sort of chips, maybe some ice cream. If we're feeling really naughty, we'll get some soda, but that hasn't been for a while. Usually it's our water. And then it's funny because I always make fun of her now on this one, to where there was a time she got the show ready every single time.
Yeah.
And finally she was like, can you get it ready? Like, I'm doing something right. I'm not sitting, I'm on my phone doing that. I'm just waiting.
Yeah.
And she's like, hey, I'm just trying to finish this up. Can you get the show ready?
Okay.
And so then it turned the roles reversed, where now I'm the one that's starting to get the show ready. So I'll always be like, if I have something, I'm like, can you just get it ready for me?
Yes. Oh,
yeah. I feel like that's kind of not every night, but every night we're doing some little snack TV show.
That's great. I know. We've got a modular couch. There's an L shape, but then there's like this ottoman, and so there's this buffet ottoman, whatever they're called. Okay.
Buffet. I've never heard it a buffet, but I like that.
and so normally it goes in the middle. So, and that way then you can lie side by side and face the TV. Every now and then, just to mix it up, I try and just put the ottoman on the other parts, then I can lie. And then there's a couch in between us, and then she lies. And I've only done it a couple. And I just do it to poke the bear. And I put it there, and then I just hop down and lie. And just like that look of like, what are you doing? Because Nat always gets to the corner. And because she gets to the corner, then it's like, oh, do I put my legs up on that one? And so I'm just like, I cause this gap. And she's probably only happened 3 times, and I will never do it again. But it's just that like, huh?
You should try it tonight just to see and record. Like, set the phone up, record, and just try it tonight to get her reaction. She's like,
and so then we generally, lie. I get the show ready. I don't know why, but she's like, oh, she compliments me. It's a genius way it took me like years of marriage to realize, oh, you sneaky so-and-so. And she hands her my, oh, babe, you're so good at finding the show.
You have fast hands.
And I feel like for years I was like, wow, she really pumping the ego.
I am good at this.
And now I'm there, I've adopted that myself. And I'm like, babe, your banana bread is so good. Wouldn't it be great just tasting your banana bread? She's like, okay, yeah, let me get bacon, And so it's compliment and ask, and then it just happens. And so I get the show ready, and we're shortly into the show, probably 10, 15 minutes, most nights. Then it's like, all right, I'm coming over. And then she like comes on over, and then, all right, give me a chest. Head on the chest. Lately, these past few weeks, fast forward another 20, 30 minutes, she's asleep. and guaranteed, she always thinks, oh, I didn't sleep for long, I haven't missed much. Every time. Oh, what happened? Where am I? Pause. Catch me up. And my like short-term memory isn't great, so like I've always got to be like, oh yeah. And I'm characters on TV shows. I'm like, that guy, he did the. Just watch. So it's one of the. I think marriage is that you just start to learn each other and whatever. Dan, before we finish, here's the thing. I don't know how we came to it, but here is a challenge. We never set challenges, but if you are in a relationship, and particularly if you're in a marriage, okay, I would challenge you with writing a letter to your spouse, and go to the extent of posting it to your home. And it could be something small, even just like a little post-it note, thinking of you, love. It doesn't have to be grand, doesn't have to be huge. Sometimes the simplest things are the most, romantic things. And do that for no other benefit, but just to say, because I think often all we want in life is to be acknowledged and to be seen, heard, and thought of. And it's the little acts of thoughtfulness in life that I think, because I think that would go a long way.
Yeah, and you could, say, oh, I can just send a quick text. But you're taking time out of your day. A text takes 15 seconds to send. you're actually doing something, putting time out of the way, handwritten letter, kiss it, spray some cologne on it, put a string of hair in there.
Way to elevate.
Do
What type of hair?
mustache. Yeah, mustache hair. Yeah, but I just think you're taking time to do something, and you're acknowledging them, and just a quick little encouragement, whatever it is. Thank you for this today. Thank you for this yesterday. Maybe a couple days ago, because the letter might take a day to get there.
True.
Yeah.
Practical. Because you don't need to make this acrostic poem with 14 letters and make it stretch out, so then it like devalues it. Just,
I appreciate you. I love you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So just get to it. That'd be great. We appreciate our wives. We love our wives. And yes, we love our kids for sure. But I do think in terms of order of priorities, I think you have to make sure a marriage is healthy.
Yeah.
That in turn creates a healthy family.
Yeah, we try, like, when we do our own thing and the kids are like, well, we're like, mommy and daddy need our time together. Like, it's very important. I think, modeling that as well, so they see when they're older, they're going to understand, yeah, we need this time together. It's not that we don't love you guys. It's not that we're not going to do stuff with you, but set that time apart with just you and your wife.
Yep.
Or your husband.
Yeah. Yeah, true. Well, we're Just Ants. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please just check out the others as well. We're on Instagram. Have a look. And we are just so appreciative of you listening. Thank you so much.